Hello, so today I decided to review the book Artemis Fowl by Ian Colfer. Unfortunately, I do not have the book right now. I wrote this review in the school library, and when I came back to check out the book, apparently someone decided to check it out. Artemis Fowl is the first book within a series of 8 books, but there are also 2 short stories and a few graphic novels based on the same storyline. The book is extremely popular within the middle school community, and particularly with male audiences. I think even to the point that there might be a movie being made about it right now. Artemis Fowl is a high fantasy book with 280 pages, and the Lexile level site put it at 600L. Being at 600L, the book is recommended for 8 years old and plus, or even 2nd grade and up. Obviously, the 2nd graders must be probably progressive or more strong readers in their class. However, the book does have a considerable amount of action in it. Not too much death, but death and mental illness is mentioned once or twice. Furthermore, there is drinking and cigar smoking with the police chief and other sideline characters. I was actually surprised that it was given a lower Lexile level. The main character is a genius, and because of this, he does display a pretty diverse and complex vocabulary. The book is also very lengthy. However, I guess other books within this Lexile range, such as Harry Potter or something, might fall under the same length. But I guess these few extra adjectives would not take away from the story at all. If one does not understand them, the story would still progress fine. It would probably be a great way to start introducing some new interesting vocabulary words. So overall, I would recommend this book to 3rd grade and up. However, I do think the book can still be applicable for other older students, such as 8th graders too. Because it is supposed to be a very captivating story, I personally wasn't the biggest fan. But I know that many students at this age are very notorious for not wanting to read. So giving them an action-packed book could really help encourage them. So, I've not actually talked about what the book is about. So a quick summary, Artemis Fowl, like said before, it's a science fiction or a high fantasy book. The story follows a 12-year-old child prodigy, and a very successful criminal mastermind named Artemis Fowl. Artemis, with the help of his butler and his sidekick, kidnaps a fairy for ransom. The story then takes place in Artemis' family's mansion, where the cops try to rescue this fairy. The novel is filled with sci-fi technology and mythological creatures that live together in a world with conflict, and they all have societal differences. Very similar to our world, with different ranks and economic classes and stuff, however. There's fairies, trolls, etc., all of those type of things. Artemis is the perfect introduction to what is known as the anti-hero. He is supposedly driven by greed. However, with his wit, charm, and humanistic nature, Artemis is hard to not like. And without giving away too much, his motives seem to be not as sinister as what the reader might think in the beginning. The book does have a few general themes. The main one is greed. However, this theme does lose focus as you get towards the end of the novel. I would say the bigger theme is the juxtaposition of good and evil. More so, the difference between egotistical nature and altruistic nature. In the end, I would probably recommend this book to anyone who needs a book to read in their free time, such as, I think it'd be a perfect book for silent reading. However, because its themes may be more shallow than other texts, and its compelling action-driven story, I think this probably wouldn't be as good of a book as others for maybe a group read or a literature group. However, if you want to give a recommendation for a young student who is struggling to find something interesting to read at home, I think this would be a perfect book. Overall, 2 thumbs.